वो दवाई।
Hello, good afternoon, students. This is our first class. In this class, we will discuss about automatic control system. All the students, please mute your microphone and turn off your video. Otherwise, disturbance will be created. Why automatic control systems are required? An automatic control system has played a vital role in the advance of engineering and science. It is important in missile guiding system, robotic system, space vacuum system, and industrial processes. It is essential in industrial operation in controlling temperature, pressure, humidity, flow in process industries, and also help in attaining optimal performance of dynamic system and improving productivity. Next question is, what is automatic control system? An automatic control system is a preset closed loop control system that requires no human action. Means an automatic control uses application of mechanism to the operation and regulation of process without continuous direct human intervention. Suppose that this is a automatic liquid level controller. Suppose that there is no sensor and controller. There is no sensor and controller connected in this system. So this liquid level system is controlled by human, and suppose that desired level is less than the actual liquid level. In this case, human slightly opens the valve and try to maintain desired liquid level. The desired liquid level, if desired liquid level is above the actual level, then human slightly closes the valve. But if we add this sensor measures the actual level of liquid and gives its output to the controller. This controller closes the valve, closes or opens the valve depending upon situation. Voice is not clear. Next is identification of elements of control system. Why we identify different elements of control system? By identifying different elements, we can draw block diagram of different elements. Voice is clear or not? So, or we can say that to draw block diagram, first we will have to identify different elements of control system. So, first we identify elements of control system process. Any operation to be controlled is called a process. In this example, the flow of liquid in and out of the tank itself, and the liquid all constitute a process to be placed under control with respect to the fluid level. Measurement sensor is a device that performs the initial measurement and energy conversion to analogous electrical information. Error detector difference between actual level and set point level or desired level. Error detector is a part of controller. Controller examines the error and determines what action, if any, should be taken. Control element accepts an input from the controller, which is then transformed into some proportional operation performed on the process. In this example, control element is the valve that adjusts the outflow of the liquid from the tank. We draw the block diagram of liquid level. We start to draw block diagram of liquid level from the controller, and we know that error detector is a part of controller. So we start to draw block diagram from error detector. This output of this error detector goes to the controller, and then output of controller goes to the control element. In liquid level control element is valve. Controller gives the output to the control element or to the valve, and this valve like open or closes depending upon the situation. So this control element control the process, and from process we get the output. This output is measured by sensor and give the level of liquid to the error detector. Here we start drawing block diagram from the controller. First, suppose that here this is an error detector. Error detector, we give error detector the desired level, and input is given to the error detector, and this error detector is a part of controller. This controller controls the valve, which is control element, and this valve is controls this process, and this process is measured by sensor or measurement, and this sensor gives the output to the controller. Here same block diagram is drawn. Controller gives the output to the control, which is valve. Valve controls the process, and process gives the output, and this output or level of liquid is measured by sensor, and output of sensor is given to the error detector. This diagram is redrawn in this circuit. This control element block and process, these are converted into one block process to be controlled, and this is a closed loop system. Block diagram of liquid level defines all the basic elements and signal involved. So you understand the purpose of identifying different elements of control system. Control system can be classified into open loop system and closed loop system. Open loop system, any physical system which does not automatically correct for variation in its output is called an open loop system. This is an open loop system. In this case, output always depends upon input, but this input does not depend upon output. Means input or controlling action does not depend upon output is known as open loop system. A system in which output is dependent on input, but controlling action input is totally independent of output or changes in output of the system is known as open loop system. Closed loop system. In closed loop system, output is fed back to the input. So control action is dependent on the desired level. In this case, output is also dependent on input, but this output, fraction of this output is feedback from the sensor to the error detector. Means controlling action depends upon output. So in closed loop system, output is feedback to the input. So the control element is dependent upon the desired output. A system in which controlling action or input is somehow dependent on output or changes in output is called a closed loop system. Example of open loop system: traffic light controller. The traffic on the road becomes mobile or stationary depending on the situation of duration and sequence of lamp glow. The sequence and duration are fixed by the relay and these are not dependent upon the rush on the road, so it is open loop system. Second example, hand dryer. In hand dryer, aim is to dry the wet hand. Input wet hand, output is dry hand. Mechanism: hot air is passed on the wet hand. The control action has nothing to do with the status of output. What is the meaning of control action has nothing to do with the status of output? Means hot air is not passed depending upon the dryness of hand. So it is also an open loop system. Examples of closed loop system: automatic electric iron. Heating elements are controlled by output temperature of iron. Electric iron regulates the temperature of iron such that for given flow selection, the temperature remains in the specified range. When the temperature falls below the range, heating is started, and when it exceeds the range, heating is stopped. Voltage stabilizer. Voltage stabilizer stabilizes the supply voltage in case of fluctuation. Voltage stabilizer uses some solid state electronic components which measures the fluctuation in the voltage and reduces or increases the voltage to the desired level. Difference between open loop control system and closed loop control system. Control action is independent of desired output. In open loop system, controlling action or input is not dependent on the output. While in closed loop system, controlling action is somehow dependent on the desired output. In open loop system, feedback path is not present. So this is called as non-feedback control system. It is easy to design and these are economical because there is no feedback, and inaccurate because in open loop system fluctuations in output is not corrected. So these are inaccurate system. Closed loop system, feedback path is present, so this is called as feedback control system. It is difficult to design. These are costly because additional feedback element is added. Accurate because any fluctuation in output can be corrected. In this, advantage and disadvantages of open loop system. Advantages: such systems are simple in construction since systems are easy for maintenance point of view. Systems are simple to design and hence economical. There is not much problem of stability in open loop system. Disadvantages: such systems are inaccurate and unreliable because accuracy is dependent on accuracy of calibration. Inaccurate results are obtained with parameter variation, internal disturbances, or external disturbance. If there is any external disturbances or internal disturbance or there is any parameter variation, there is no change in the output depending upon the feedback because there is no feedback in open loop system. To maintain the quality and accuracy, recalibration of controller is necessary from time to time in open loop control system. Advantage and disadvantages of closed loop system. Advantages: accuracy is high because any error arising in the output is automatically corrected. Higher bandwidth facilitates automation. It senses changes in output due to environmental or external changes or disturbances or parametric change. If there is any parametric changes in the system, that is also corrected by the system. Disadvantages: complicated in the design and maintenance is costlier. System may become unstable. To study and examine a control system, it is necessary to have some type of equivalent circuit of control system. Mathematical modeling can provide equivalent representation of system. Control system can be represented with a set of mathematical equations known as mathematical model. Means mathematical model is nothing, simply mathematical equation that can represent a control system. These models are useful for analysis and design of control system. Here we have to study electrical and mechanical system. Mathematical modeling of electrical system means that we have to write only mathematical equation of electrical system. Consider a series RLC circuit. Consider series RLC circuit. In this RLC circuit, in this loop, we apply Kirchhoff's voltage law. If we apply Kirchhoff's voltage law, then E is equal to Ri plus L di by dt plus 1 by C integration I dt. In terms of charge equation, means we know that I is equal to dq by dt. So we can write this equation in terms of charge. E is equal to R dq by dt plus L d square q by dt square plus 1 by C q. Now consider a parallel RLC circuit. In this circuit, we simply apply Kirchhoff's current law. I is equal to E by R plus 1 by L integration E d by dt plus C dE by dt. We know that E is equal to del psi by del T, where psi is magnetic flux. So we can write this equation 3 in terms of flux. I is equal to 1 by R multiplied by d psi by dt plus 1 by L psi plus C d square psi by dt square. This is the mathematical modeling for electrical system. Now we discuss mathematical modeling for mechanical system. There are two types of mechanical system: translational system and rotational system. System. The motion that takes place along a straight line is called a translational system. There are three different types of resisting force which we have to study. First is inertial force. If a body of mass m and as there is an acceleration a, then according to Newton's second law, F is equal to ma, and in terms of velocity, F is equal to m dv by dt, and F is equal to m d square x by dt square in terms of displacement. Next is damping force. We know that damping force is proportional to the velocity. So we can write damping force Fd is equal to b bt or b dx by dt, where b is damping coefficient. Spring force, third one is spring force. The restoring force of spring is proportional to the displacement. So Fk is equal to k x of t, where k is spring constant of stiffness. Next is rotational motion. When motion of a body takes place about a fixed axis, this type of motion is known as rotational motion. There are three types of resisting torque that exist in rotational motion. First is inertial torque. Inertial torque is given by T1 is equal to J alpha T, where J is moment of inertia and alpha is angular. T1 is equal to J alpha T. J is moment of inertia and alpha is angular acceleration. T1 is also equal to J d omega by dt. Omega is angular velocity and T1 is equal to J d square theta by dt square. Theta is angular displacement. Damping torque is equal to B omega t or d theta by dt, where omega t is angular velocity and theta is angular displacement. Spring torque is equal to k d theta. So by comparing equation, we get an analogous system in translational motion and rotational motion. Force is equivalent or analogous to torque. Acceleration is analogous to angular acceleration. Velocity is analogous to angular velocity. Displacement is analogous to angular displacement. Mass is analogous to moment of inertia. Damping and rotational damping coefficient is analogous. Stiffness and torsional stiffness is also analogous. Next is free body diagram. Free body diagram are diagrams used to show the relative magnitude and direction of all forces acting upon an object in a given situation. A free body diagram is analyzed by summing all the forces. When the net force is zero, the body must be at rest or must be moving at constant velocity according to Newton's first law. Translational linear system, F is equal to ma or F is equal to m dv by dt or F is equal to d square by dx dt square. Damping force is equal to beta dx by dt, and spring force is equal to kx. Equation of motion for translating mechanical system depends upon the application of D'Alembert's law. Using this principle, we can say that sum of forces on an object is equal to 0. Summation F is equal to 0. We can apply D'Alembert's law to develop equation of motion for translational mechanical system through the use of free body diagram. And to do this, we draw free body diagram for each unknown position in the system. First example is simple mass spring dashpot system. Before discussing this example, I am taking your attendance. Please unmute your microphone and give your attendance, then mute your microphone. Aditi Gokru,
Yes, ma'am.
Akshat Jain, Amisha Mundra, Amisha, Arpit, Avantika,
Present, ma'am.
Charu,
Present, ma'am.
Pranjali,
Present, ma'am.
Pratibha,
Present, ma'am.
Priya, Priyanka,
Present, ma'am.
Ramdan, Sakshi, Shivani, Shubham, Vishal, Nikhil, Omar, Dinesh, Amisha. Amisha is present.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Ritika. Hello, Ritika. Consider this example. Solve this example. In this example, this mass is separated from the fixed wall by a spring and dashboard. And the direction of motion x of t is positive to the right. Means if this mass moves to the right, then direction of motion is taken as positive. In this mass, there are four forces: external force, inertial force, spring force, and dashboard force. So, direction of external force is to the right, and second is spring from the a force from the spring. When this mass moves towards right, this spring is compressed, and this compressed spring exerts a force on the mass toward the left. Similarly, this dashpot exerts a force on the mass toward the left, while direction of inertial force is always opposite to the direction of motion, means towards the left. Direction of inertial force is towards the left. So this is the complete free body diagram in which direction of force is towards right, direction of inertial force m dot a is towards left, direction of viscous or damping force bvt is to the left, and direction of spring force is kxt towards left. So by applying D'Alembert's law, we sum up all these forces to 0 and get this equation. Summation F is equal to 0, Ft minus M At minus B multiplied by Vt minus Kxt is equal to 0, and this is the mathematical equation of given system which describes all the dynamic nature of system. So this is the mathematical model of given system. Class is over. Thank you.